Hello, everybody. Guess who it is? I bet you can't tell with the mask on. It's Stephanie. It's been a long time, and I like to put this on to scare my kids when I'm FaceTiming with you guys. So hopefully, I at least gave you a laugh or being scared. But anyway, so it's me. I'm so excited, guys, that I get to do my videos again, and I just did the online church, and it was awesome. So I've got lots to share. So I'm just gonna focus on the church stuff and tell you that the worship song I chose is "I Am Not Alone." I feel crooked with these pillows here. Alright, and this is the inside of my room, which I don't think you guys have seen yet. Alright. Okay, here we go. So, we're talking about the death to religion at church right now. And I'll share a couple of the tidbits. And one of the places I was wounded a lot spiritually, and in that spirit of religion. So I'll get through this. Okay, so let's see. Death to religion. So a couple of the things that Greg was sharing about is that Jesus wants his church back. And there's a difference between let me make sure I move my mouse up off of there in case the screen goes dark and I don't make the video stop. Okay, alright, now I'm learning, because even though I haven't done it in a while. Okay. So Jesus wants his church back, and the institution versus revolution. I feel like I'm still crooked. It's okay. I sit behind a bunch of pillows here, and it actually keeps my back really comfy. Okay, so Jesus is always moving, and so it's trying to get behind that movement. And the religious spirit doesn't die quickly or easily, because that anybody who's been in that place, but to have to, go against that spirit of religion. So inside looking outside, that's how the religious spirit views everything. So, and that it's, again, all about the appearances they have on the outside, but has nothing to do with the inside. Alright, so, and God is always moving, and there's, movement and revelation, movement. Anyways, I can read almost all of my notes. I didn't even write it, badly, so that's good. Also, side note, 4 weeks sobriety tomorrow, and I'm celebrating with Dutch Brothers, because it's right across the street from my PT, so that's very exciting, because you guys know I have to have some kind of fancy drink to celebrate. That's my thing. Alright, so also, movements start from the outside. Wait, sorry, guys. Okay. Yes, it should make it easy should make it easy. Alright, here it is. To prioritize. Jesus likes to prioritize people. No, hold on. Yes, prioritizes all people to reach every person for relationship. Oh, you guys went dark? No! Wait, okay. Oh, I better plug it in just in case I don't lose you guys that way. Hold on. Okay, here I am, back to plug my computer in. Okay. Yes, back to my pillows. Alright, and yes, so that's what Jesus likes to do, is prioritize relationships. Yes, with everyone. So there's no special group of people who he loves more or less. So, all right. Yes. Yes, and Jesus wants to shine his light in our dark places. And the last thing he said is, our hope is in Jesus, always, all the people. So I wanted to share a story, and then I'm going to read these, but about this religious spirit, about a guy that anyways, I'll share that story. But first, and this is so cool, guys, when God does this, but I was going to share this verse I think I might have shared with some of you, but it's a verse that one of the ladies at the rescue mission, when I was, she was interviewing me, and I mentioned, I'm not around my kids, and how hard that is, and I guess she's in the same situation. So she gave me this verse. He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers his lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those that have young. And I was just thinking about doing that verse, because also that's very opposed to the religious spirit. Then, well, you'll see, when I chose this, the Mended Heart one, I decided to do the one we did last time, and it's just about that. Yes, Jesus is our shepherd, so I love when God does that. All right, so I'm going to share real quick about the pastor. Anyways, so I was, my first job I ever had was at a daycare, and anyways, and I loved it there, and I loved because it's a Christian place, and so I could pray with the kids and share like devotionals with them in the mornings. I just loved that experience and everything. But I got my nose pierced, and I asked Pastor Pear, I go, if he could write my spiritual pastor recommendation that I needed to get into Colorado Christian University. And so anyways, I show up with the nose ring, and I think maybe the next day, anyways, but he's like, you can't have a nose ring, and then he's like, or it will be your job. And I was tired of that part where he was pretty bad and was like, anyways, kind of abusive towards the kids a little bit. But so as I was leaving, and he was intimidating me as I was leaving, walking behind me when I got in the car. But anyways, but he said, of all the people here, I know I'm the only Christian. And then he said, and maybe my son. That's like, and that was like, oh, what? And so I was really messed up after that, and again, didn't want to go to church or anything. I was in a really hard place then. So anyways, but just that spirit, so I can definitely relate, and I'm sure lots of us have experienced some kind of, we call it spiritual abuse. So anyways, but again, the whole thing about the shepherd, that is like so anti-religion, so I love that verse. So now I will read the devotionals for you. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, and again, thank you, Heather Watkins, who got me this wonderful book of poems, because yes, I think I might have told you guys the story, but anyways, I had a really sweet book of poetry. I was treasured to me because it was given from my grandpa, Hot Dog, that's what we call him, to my bio dad, who passed away from the Huntingtons, and it was so sweet because I guess, well, both my grandpa and my bio dad loved poetry, and so the fact that, that my bio dad gave it to him, I'll just call him Steve, but that it was so precious, and there was even like a dedication in there, and it was like, Dad, to Dad, my friend, from your son, your friend, and it was just so precious. So when I had to move out of the bedbug place really quickly, I lost a lot of stuff in the drawer, and so anyway, so it was so sweet that Heather. You guys, I think I talked about Heather Watkins, but she's like amazing, and loves to just pour into me, and so anyway, so thank you, Heather. I love you, yeah. That's my singing version for Juniper. And also real quick before I forget, yes, it's so cool because me and Juniper have been doing Zoom meetings with my old therapist, social worker from in the Huntington's place in Rochester, and it was so cool because Amy and Dr. Marshall's amazing in Rochester. He started the whole First Life Center or Mecca they have there in Rochester. And Dr. Marshall's a Christian, and he's just so sweet. And even like he and Amy, my counselor, like cried when I had to leave my babies and like what happened and everything. So they're so precious. And so now, yes, and now Juniper's seeing Amy to talk about Huntington's and stuff. So 2 times a month I get to sit down with both of them. So that's really awesome. So, okay. And I've also been able to do Zoom meetings with both kids at the same time. So anyways, Zoom's awesome. Heather's awesome. Okay, my kids are awesome and funny. Okay, here we go. All right, so get to reading. All right, gotta drink some water. Okay. Okay, so read this one again. Oh, and happy Mother's Day, everyone, to anyone, not only just moms, but any women. Yes, just because, we were talking about that today, there's, moms here, and just talking about how, like, God really honors all women and not just moms, because that was one time I was at another church, and they only like gave candy and stuff or whatever to the moms, and I was like, because it just hit me. So now I love the churches that honor moms and women, so we talked about that, yes, here. Okay, the prayer of the wandering sheep. I wrote this poem as a prayer for myself and others who stray and wander off course. Although I wander, I know my way back, and I know who the Good Shepherd is. I am so grateful every day for God's love, grace, and mercy. That just gets me. At times, I must try God's patience as He watches me make the same mistakes over and over again. I imagine Him rolling His eyes as He sees me in the cycle of repetition, thinking, there she goes again. You'd think she would have learned by now. But He is there, waiting to guide me back to His path He is destined for me. Alright, guys, and now, yes, I decided to start a new chapter, and this one comes anyways. Alright, because, I couldn't figure out my other place. Okay, so, and this one's great, because it's going to be talking about working on the pain inside of our hearts, which is good. I'm almost done, so. Yes, sitting on the smooth stone by the river, formed by wind and time, for weary pilgrims, I watch birds, fish, and lupine dance in the wind. I hardly move as endless water rushes. It looks as if I am doing nothing, maybe wasting time. That could be spent more industriously feeding the poor of folding laundry. Instead, I travel toward my heart. I take in memory for sustenance and let imagination be my northern star. Rapids of worry catch my breath. I abandon shame and fear as sinking weights as the current pulls against the edges of my heart. I taste tears of familiar longing I have carried from my youth. I feel the freedom of my new idea, born in a heart creating for more than, beating. The rock under me has not moved. The birds and the flowers still dance as my heart swells along the river's edge. Okay, guys, time to pray and thank you, Jesus, so much for my amazing subscribers and giving the patience for me to be able to do videos again. And I just ask that each of them, as they listen to this story about that religious spirit and how you are as our shepherd, Lord, just would sink into them and give them hope. Okay, guys, you're all caught up. I'll talk when I have more to say. If I could find the cursor to stop the video. There. Okay. Bye, guys.